This week on New Dad Gaming, the ripples from Battlefront 2 continue to be felt as Destiny gets caught with some underhanded XP tricks. And Black Friday gaming deals have come and gone, and we talk about what we grabbed. All on New Dad Gaming. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old.
First up, our Gaming Dad Victory of the Week. Each week, we feature a gaming dad and his story, giving kudos to great dads and their great video game moments. This week's comes from Reddit user BankDudz. What's really great about what he's posted is it was a retort or a defense of being able to game with kids. So there was a small trend online with posts of this is what the gaming setup looks like without kids, or no kids, here's all my gaming consoles. Relatively negative all about it. So in an excellent response, BankDudz posts, this is what your gaming setup looks like with kids. and perfectly featured in the photo. Well, actually, Jeff, I'll have you go ahead and describe it because it is very choice.
This is it's a thing of beauty. It's this huge TV screen with Call of Duty World War II. Join the fight. Press X to join the fight, and then surrounded by a sea of pink toys. Cars, a little telephone in there, maybe like a little travel case, a kid chair in front of it, a little table next to it. So you have this total contrast of World War II, I need to take on my duty and defend the country, and then just childhood innocence around.
Just surrounding about it. Oh, so what's further amazing about it is he goes on to mention that this is like the tiny sliver of the entire house that he has. It stands to mention as well that there's this beautiful lava lamp sitting right beside the gaming setup as well. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be remiss not to mention that, but he's mentioned so this is his sliver. This is the corner of it, set up for gaming, and much like other ones that Gaming Dad Victories we've featured, it's very much the essence of it. Like he's a good man, he's a good father, he's giving everything up for his family and his kids, but he's got this. When it comes to his time, he's got this one sliver. He's got this TV. He's got this lava lamp. He's got his Call of Duty.
You just carve out the space you can, right?
It is about survival. So defending the Allies, defending his tiny sliver in the house. This is a fantastic encapsulation of gaming dads. Yeah. So this is definitely worthy of the Gaming Dad Victory of the Week. If you or someone you know has a story fit for Gaming Dad Victory of the Week, please give us a shout. So, Jeff, how was your week in fatherhood and gaming?
Fatherhood was pretty cool. I'll get right off on to what my son did this week. He was thinking of other people, which is awesome, and always good to hear. So
some of the empathy stuff.
Yeah. And he decided to make decorations out of beads. And, I guess sell them for charity donations. So he has his grandfather is quadriplegic, and he decided to make these decorations to support spinal cord injury, which is awesome. So we were very proud of him. He's it was his own idea, his own concoction. He's always coming up with different ideas. So this one he stuck with, and it really took off. It kind of spread between all our friends. Everyone's putting in something that they'd like to donate and an ornament they'd like him to make. And so we've kind of created a little assembly line in the house here. I'm on ironing duty to melt the beads, and he's constructing them, and Mom's putting in the hangers for the ornaments and kind of keeping track.
And it should be mentioned too, these ornaments that he's creating, besides this being just an incredible idea, but all of these ornaments seem to be video game related. So you have the Mario mushroom, you have the Pokeball, and others. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's all video games, so it's pretty close, and some Star Wars, and then there's some Star Wars, but it's awesome. And he's even going to meet his member of parliament. She wants to donate and get one from him, so he's pretty excited. We're super proud, and it's just something that's nice that you're like, yeah, I'm the parenting's working. So it's like, yes, vindicated. Now I can stop.
Yeah, you've done your job. It's all over now.
That is it.
Just send them out into the world. It's all over.
That's
Can't go better.
all downhill from here. Sorry.
But legitimate. What an incredible thing for him to do. What a great dad moment.
As for gaming, though, maybe we'll talk about it a little bit later, but made a Black Friday purchase. So I've been playing that game for a while.
So for myself, this week in fatherhood has been going well. The new little guy is continuing to grow. The older one is still massively full of energy, but giving us a lot of funny moments. I think one of the things that kind of keeps coming up is that you're looking, either through looking at photos or trying to think back, you just can't really remember the first one and how he was at these particular ages. Like my wife and I have been trying to go back to when my first one was 2 months old or 3 months old, and how was he acting? Like, how was he behaving? Like, how was he ever that small, right? And it's just like, I don't know if it's the sleep deprivation or, just blocking out painful memories from from all the stress that was at the time. But like for the life of us, we can't just seem to recall what he was like when he was that small, as our second one is now. Like Jeff, did you find have you had a similar experience where you're kind of having trouble recalling what it was like with the first one?
Yeah, there is, it's just you. You're crazy. No, it was the same exact experience. It's hard. Just, you're trying to make some of those comparisons too. Like, oh, now you're 6 months, you should be doing this, like your older brother. But it was hard to kind of pin down those moments. And they're very different kids too when they grow up. So it's almost unfair to the second one to immediately judge them. But them's the breaks. So sucks being second, eh?
So on the gaming side of things, it was a bit more of Destiny 2, just about the only thing I really had time for, but maybe losing some of its charm, but still very much enjoying it. But Destiny 2 was embroiled in this huge scandal this week, as the ripples of Battlefront 2 continue to be felt, because Destiny 2 was caught scaling back XP for their players. So specifically, with the end game, one of the ways to grind for new loot and new armor is to get bright engrams. So, it's as if you've grown another level when you're at level 20, except when you get the new level, you just get this bright engram, which is basically a loot box. I mean, there's no other way to call it because it's a randomly generated thing. You bring it to somebody, you get some weapons and everything else.
So stupid.
A Reddit user did a deep analysis of the points that were coming back, and he noticed that the longer you play in a particular session or even like over a couple days, and he noticed that the XP was less and less. Like they were scaling it back. So if you just, you're grinding your heart's content, you're going for like hours and hours and hours. They were actually, the first time you kill a guy, he's going to be worth 200 XP.
Oh, okay.
In the second hour, maybe he's only worth 100 XP and then 50, right? So they're just slowing it down. It's shady for sure, but specifically those bright engrams are also purchasable. So you can buy them. So they have all this scaling going on for this item that you would be given for quote unquote your hard work,
right,
that you could otherwise just purchase. So if they've scaled it back and you're getting frustrated, maybe you would buy it. And of all the time to be caught for this, of course, I don't know if he got caught because people are now more sensitive and this was everybody just being absolute hawks about anything shady of this ilk in gaming, or
right,
if it just happened to be awful timing right after the Battlefront 2, but just awful stuff for them. So they've community was in uproar about it. They've reached out. They've hammered the developer of it, who's now come back and answered a bunch of questions about it. Looks like they're going to be addressing it.
Wow.
I mean, the thing is, the response itself was also very unconvincing. I mean, they specifically said like, oh, we've seen the performance, we've seen how this has been working, and we're not happy.
Yeah, no,
It's like, well,
no.
You're not happy because you got caught. Like, you were perfectly happy with it when you built it the first time.
Yeah, hand in the cookie jar, you got caught. So.
Like, it wasn't a bug. It's like it was a feature you did, and you just don't like that people are mad about it. So, I mean, that would terribly, if it's bad in its own right, to have that thrown in as a excuse, or like their feelings of it, was kind of like salt in the wound. But either way, I mean, good on the gaming community in many ways. Like, they came back at them, and they've now pushed for changes, which will be coming into a future release. So elsewhere in the gaming world, the Black Friday deals have come and gone, as well as Cyber Monday. I'll say that it was a particularly rich year as far as sales and discounts on some of the titles. Jeff, did you partake in any of the sales for gaming?
It was very hard to turn down the PSVR. I will say right off the bat, it was there.
Oh, such an act of restraint. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, he really needs it. So I didn't do that, and I was going to wait for, usually PlayStation does a flash sale, which I didn't wait for in the end. Luckily, I didn't, because I don't think they ended up doing a flash sale. But I went into Persona 5. So for those that don't know, it's like a Japanese RPG, and about 100 hours.
Oh, that is underestimating it, my friend.
Yeah. It's what really drew me in is the design too. Of being a designer, all the just like winning a battle is like one crazy layout after another of just counting your experience and the money you earned and the level you went up. But it's all done in such like, it just oozes style, which is cool, in like red and black palette. It's really neat. So I dove in there. It was pretty cheap. It was like half price. And yeah, they say gameplay is about 100 hours. So I'll see you in a year, kind of like Witcher. And I'll get back to it.
So this is the Jeff game of this year. So you're going to disappear, and this will be the only thing you play.
Oh, this will definitely be a year. Yeah. It's not even not even going to be close. We'll see you when the kids are in college. Yeah. But yeah, that was the only one. I think that's enough for now. I've got quite a backlog, so that's it. What about you?
Well, you actually had a hand in my decision for the Black Friday game that I bought. Specifically, there was two on the docket that was really interesting to me. One was Final Fantasy 15, and the other one being Horizon Zero Dawn, both of which you've raved about on this show. So I'd figured you would have the insight. So I put it to you, which of these two,
oh, it's amazing.
If I was to get one, would I go with? And your ultimate recommendation was for Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, I don't know if you were just saving me from the time sink that is a Final Fantasy game, or you're just very bullish on Horizon Zero Dawn, but walk me through some of your thinking as to why you gave me that recommendation.
Defend that in court. Horizon Zero Dawn is just bar none, like just insane amount of fun. Graphic fidelity is off the charts. The main character has a storyline that you can follow. It's something different in a world that's kind of semi-post-apocalyptic, tribal kind of new area to experience. And Final Fantasy 15, while good, it kind of is more of the same. It's set in the same kind of world, so you get a feel for it, which is not a bad thing per se. But from a deal savings point of view, Final Fantasy 15 has been a little bit cheaper in recent months too. So if you wanted to pick it up later, you could fully commit. But with Horizon Zero Dawn, you can kind of experience it, finish it within 25, 30 hours, and kind of move on. Where Final Fantasy 15, you might be, 50 plus. So
you're helping with my dad hours.
Yeah, your standpoint.
So from a guy with a 2-month-old, that was your recommendation.
Yeah, you you gotta do the math, right? You'd be like, nope, can't complete that for another year, like myself. So you know what you're getting into. But no, Horizon is like, you will love it. It's fun.
I mean, it's still stunning to me to see some of the graphics coming out of that game. It feels so far and above some other titles that have come out that, I mean, like, take for instance, like, I keep seeing these videos of, specifically with the expansion, where the main heroine is busting through a forest, mechanical dinosaurs chasing after her, and they're breaking through trees. That is like one of the longest running jokes in games, where you could smash through hydro poles without issue, but like if you come against a tree, they're indestructible, right? And in this game, somehow they managed to produce the physics to have these trees like splintering and exploding.
Like static obstacles, right? Like,
so just gorgeous and fantastic. I'm very excited to get into it, and likely, if it's as good as you're saying, I imagine I'll probably dip into that the expansion as well. Although maybe I'll wait 1 year out and get it on the next Black Friday as well.
Yeah.
And with that, we should head out and enjoy our gaming deal purchases. Thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can find us on our website at newdadgaming.com. We'd love to hear with you show ideas, questions, stories, specifically Gaming Dad victories. Would love to hear any of those. We're also on all the social networks, so Twitter and Facebook. If you would like to subscribe to the podcast, you can find us on iTunes as well as Google Play and any other podcasting services. We do this show weekly and would appreciate a subscription, a like, and specifically a reference for other new dads who game. Until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old.
All right. See you next week.